It's just quiet train. Kit's not here with his puns. Go ahead and grab the DZ, see how we're doing. Oh, we're looking really good on piggies. All right, that's great to see.
You mentioned that now is a good time to set up audio triggers.
Yes, they are posted in the raid information channel. There are 5 of them that are going to be very useful tonight.
Hey Zen, I am still showing as no, but I've started my Explore the Mansion phase.
Correct. You finish the key so that you're able to zone in. You are still a piggy because you need the drops from the raid event.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, we'll get MGBs out in just a couple minutes. As soon as we're done with MGBs, we'll start heading to the raid, to the zone in. Essentially, we'll be heading to the middle of the zone, so straight west from here to the elevators, and then we'll head up the elevators. Yeah, if we could stop saying all those in raid chat, it's just setting off people's audio triggers. We'll run through them before each fight as well to make sure everyone has the audio trigger for it. Alright, let's get MGBs out. Call your MGBs. Alright. We're going to head west. I'm going to mark myself as 1. We're going to head straight west. We're going to get to those elevators and start heading up the elevators. We are going to clear as we go. Make sure we're not running over any groups or anything as well. We'll gather up at the bottom of the elevators.
Testing.
If you don't know where you're going, Control F to Zenthal to find your way here. Again, we're staying at the bottom of the elevators. A lot of trash, pick it up. Everyone hop on an elevator. One up. There are several elevators, so if you miss one, just head to one of the other ones.
Hello, everyone. I apologize for my delay. I'll be in shortly.
Are those mobs up or down? Looks like we dropped them. All right, so we are going up 3 sets of elevators. Welcome, Kit.
Move it, Seep. That's my private elevator. I have to fart.
You says I didn't already.
Zinthal, could you give me a quick update on our piggy situation?
We are looking good. We have 5 piggies currently.
You fuck.
Was there anyone we were having difficulty getting in due to progression?
We have not zoned in yet. We are working our way up to it right now.
Okay, thank you.
Once you've taken the 3rd elevator, we are not going into the group zone. We are heading. If you go too far, you just need to come back to Zen. If you don't know where I am, Control F to find me. We'll be heading east from where I am.
The zone in's not clicking on the mansion and getting a yes/no box?
It is not, no.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
All right, we'll start clearing east from the banner. If we can bring any of that trash over to the banner, thank you. And once that steam suit's dead, we'll start heading east. The banner is down if you're just joining us.
Zinthal, I just want to thank you for getting everything started while we're moving in.
Yep, no problem. Continue heading east.
Kid, are you bringing fading along? We're at 0 chanters right now.
We could probably guild banner him to us before we zone in for buffs.
He is not flagged. Let me check his status. I see a Xavius here.
Davius will be AFK if he's getting here late. He's in the raid to help Piggy. Keep following the road.
some act. Zinthal, I apologize if I missed this. Have we confirmed whether or not it's the clockwork key or if it's MMM progression group that you need?
Unsure. I would imagine it's having the Meldrath Mansion base key on your keyring, whatever it takes to get that.
That was my thought as well. I'm sure Zinthal's already mentioned to you, but as always, this is the first raid in this zone for us, so please pack your penguins. We know what to do. There's going to be a lot of what if and ooh, is it right? Oh, you know, that kind of stuff.
A lot of mechanical fights tonight.
Because it's robots?
Hell yeah. Pads in the back, pick them up.
From the guild banner, head east.
Kit needs a res.
Yeah, one more in the back. And we'll keep heading north. All right. Don't fall to your death. We're headed down these elevators. Should be fine. And you can follow your compass marker to the zone in. Before we zone in, we'll you want to get the chanter here?
Yeah, you can drop the banner. I'll get him here. I don't know if he's going to be able to enter. He's got the clockwork seal of Akanon, but I don't have the clockwork key.
Alright, hold up the banner. We'll get enchanter buffs before we zone in.
They won't be good enchanter buffs.
Let's take the chance to get some last minute buffs out. Check your buffs, make sure you get what you need.
As a test, if we have the piggy slot, I'll see if we can zone fading in just to test it.
haven't been invoked in a minute.
Mana regen is incoming. If you have a lower version, you might want to click it off right now, or have a higher version, you might want to click it off. Fading's only got Voice of Intuition.
Welcome, Volk. Just in time.
Finally, a tank.
You got Melambin, that's a tank.
Let me know when you're ready, Kit.
Stand by. Zinthal, have you mentioned about doors yet?
I have not talked about the doors yet.
We're talking about the group, the doors. I'm good now.
All right, let's go ahead and click in.
Can confirm Fading cannot zone in. However, I may be able to get him in shortly. All right, folks, the most important thing here is do not click on any doors, please. Do not click any doors. The exception being the one that you click to zone in.
You beat me to it.
We can start some trash clears, though, as we've already done. If we do assign a puller, you need to be wary of doors.
You should click them when you're pulling, right?
You should not click them when you're pulling unless you give us a heads up. We'll explain why in just a moment.
Before
I
we
can't get in, so not sure.
Who is that?
Shipmate, Terzies.
Have you zoned into the group version at all?
No.
Oh, you might need to calibrate your key still. You might have to zone into like the group version first.
Beeping will volunteer for main assist.
Thank you, BP.
Thought I'd get it out of the way.
Well, that's refreshing.
So the first fight in here is going to be something similar to Hatchet and Zthuli in that, one, it's going to have things that we need to pay attention to as far as audio triggers. That Zinthal was kind enough to put those in Discord. But also, it's going to spawn multiple times, and on the 5th time, we get the real version that we can kill.
So you'll need to have this breakneck, hoist, and arm back as an audio trigger. That'll be the keyword that'll tell you that you need a duck during that fight, just like during the hatchet fight. And then you'll get an emote after a few seconds that his attack passes overhead. Otherwise, you will die if you do not duck at that time.
I believe doors are what prevents me from pulling more mobs at this point.
The way I understand it, and Zenthal may correct me, is that the first time you click it is the check, and I don't know that it will spawn again if the first click does not trigger it. In other words, you can open it after that.
Kind of how I understood it.
Yeah, it looked like each door is assigned a chance, and unless you wipe or reset the event completely, it's fine. It could change if you wipe though or reset it.
Yeah, so I say, give it a shot. Just let us know you're going to door click. Just give us some kind of audio cue that you're going to do that.
Because it's going to spawn mobs in the raid if that does trigger it, right? Is how I read it.
If you use the monk eye, it won't trigger a door. It'll open it, but it won't trigger it.
Yeah, but I think we do want to trigger it to kill the boss, so I'm going to open up the door right now. Spawn.
There it is.
We'll have Mladwin main tank.
Pick up the ads first, please. Claire is down.
The named is on me, so you don't have to worry about him.
Calling Clara.
Down on Zen as well.
Someone calls in. Someone calls in, if possible.
I'm up.
He's not attackable till the 5th one, right?
Yeah, I believe it's just a ad dealing with ads.
Yeah, okay. Because he is being debuffed, it looks like.
Oh, right. What do I do with breakneck holds an arm back?
You duck if you get that emote.
Okay, we have a lot of folks down. Let's res and rebuff everyone, please.
I can't target Terzies.
He's not in the zone.
Okay.
Still have a lot of folks that needs reses, please. We got to get faster about these reses. If you're a paladin, we should make sure we kind of prioritize you for resing and getting resed. Mullen needs a res.
Is there any worry with like mage eyes and stuff like that exploring the area? Will that trigger a door?
It should not, but there's no reason to explore with Majestic.
Okay, I just typed the info out of essentially how that fight's going to go. It's just going to be like Z-Thule, where it'll kind of randomly spawn as we get through the event. And then it'll be kind of like Hatchet, where you'll have to follow the emotes as we're going. There's also another event that Breakneck will do, or another emote that he will do, where he'll say he's charging at somebody. Very similar to the Hatchet fight, that person just needs to kite him until he stops chasing them.
Do you have the charge emote?
Yes, it should be the exact same one as the Hatchet one. That's the he's about to charge directly at you.
Are these going to be in event messages or other?
It had a hotkey that said what they were under. Let me check that real quick.
Thank you all for being patient. I know it's a little bit rough at the beginning. Let's get rebuffs on everybody that died. We had a lot of folks die there. If you need something, call out to your class that can buff you, please. Please be patient. Once we get this down, everybody will be able to do this very quickly.
I think in the past I've always filtered event and other just to try and like make sure I see it. Got an ad in the raid.
That train was just pulling.
Train, so that door that you spawned it the first time, I would be careful that it will not, that it's possible that it could spawn it again when you open it.
I mean, once we're all buffed, we can test it. I don't think it will, but it was like a dead room anyway. There's nothing really through it.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it would be good to know.
Is there anyone that is not ready at this point? All right, I would see if we can go ahead and start more pulls and more door opening. Please let us know each time you open a door.
I'm going to be opening the same door again, so there should not be any ads, but there could be. Yeah, nothing. Alright, opening a door. Nothing. Now, if the mobs open a door, does that trigger it? I don't think so, right?
No.
Okay, hold on.
What about this junk room behind us?
Is that the one north of you?
East.
I don't know, I didn't hit that. But... Alright, I'm going to be opening a door shortly. Opening door.
Raleigh needs a group.
Nothing. Opening a door.
Give Melite an extra tank.
I gotta pull trash.
In fact, I'd give each of the clerics 2 tanks. Unless you've got them split for a reason.
No, it's best to have the tanks with them.
Should I be getting nervous?
Maybe.
Opening a door. Opening a door. Opening a door. Opening a door. Not getting much luck with the doors. Opening a door. Opening a door. That door is locked, cannot be opened. Opening a door. Is that you guys or is that me?
That's you.
Okay.
Stand up and I'll tag it.
I feel like I'm watching Disney Junior.
That's a lot. That's like a super lot. Feign that. Someone be ready to tag through. Ooh, hold on.
I got 2 coming.
Okay, you missed.
Yeah, I missed my village.
Okay.
I got a pet running out into the room over there.
I got 1 coming from that group.
Someone else run down to where he just tagged from. There's 2 in that room. The west. Just a little bit south. Yeah, you got it, Eric.
Yep, I'm just giving us small servings.
Alright. Gonna be opening a door. Still nothing. Okay. I gotta start heading deeper into the dungeon. Opening a door. Is there any reason we do not crawl kit, or?
Not really. No, I'm sorry. I'm partially distracted.
Okay, just because I'm gonna have to go through mobs to pull this stuff.
Do we do the 2 doors behind us?
Yes. The first one to the north is what spawned the first guy. So I'm gonna clear some of this stuff. Ari, if you want to grab as I tag it to the hall in here.
I'm
Hop
here with
through
you.
to the west. Yeah, just go through the west. They're sitting in the hallway, south. So Zen, is it any door in this place, or doors on this floor, or?
I assume it's just any door in this place, but I don't know for sure.
Okay.
You know where you're headed to?
Yeah, let me clear everything before we move.
Okay. Yeah, just let us know. Let us know whenever you want us to move up.
I'm gonna test these doors before we move. Alright, opening a door. Oh, I just got one-shotted.
Wards down. Kids down.
Down on Zen. Make sure we pick them up. Watch for emotes. If there's opportunities for those who fall, make sure we take them.
They just poofed on us. They're back. They're back.
We need to make sure we have aggro on that boss. So if you flopped him, it'll just despawn this stuff and we have to redo it.
Where is he?
He's just west and south.
Okay, I'll attack him. I see him. He's not charging me. He's just standing still.
The first one we killed, he just stood next.
Alright, looks like he properly depopped.
Looks like Song Eater.
Yeah,
and
Song
Holden still need raids.
Song died just northwest of me.
Reses.
Yeah, I got them both.
So, I mean, if he one-shots me, but I stay in combat, that seemed to be enough. Or if he doesn't one-shot me and I stay in combat, that seemed to be enough. But he hit me for 20k instantly.
Yeah, and since we dropped the aggro on it, it looks like the whole event reset. So that was the first phase of it again.
Or was it because a door was opened while he was up already? Before you guys killed the ads?
I think it was because we lost aggro on him.
Does that also reset any of the doors we've opened already?
Yeah, I believe so.
I know it's a little frustrating, folks. Again, we're still learning this. This is our first time. Be very patient with us. And I apologize, I'm partially distracted, but I may have good news.
Whole new batch of puns.
More dad jokes.
So what I think happens then is I think there's only one door active at a time, but the door that's active happens after he spawns. Like it switches. So like the north door was the first door, the far west door was the second door. Song came to drag me through a door that was not active before, and I think that door opening, it moved him. So that was probably the third door, but we never finished the second wave. So like, if anyone dies through a door, don't open anything. Don't go anywhere that you think is safe until we kill all the ads. And that also means that we'll have to backtrack. So we're probably better off staying, it seems, because a door I went through already was now active after the second one.
Again, let's rebuff as many people as possible. Fading is zoning in now. I'll have Enchanter buff shortly.
Nice.
Just finished his group progression. He was almost there. I did zone him into group MM, but I don't know if I had to. I did it just because I thought Turs was having some issues with the shipmate.
So now the door, the one we just killed should have been the first breakneck in the cycle.
Correct.
Right? Okay. So I'll have to test all the other doors pretty much each time.
If you do need Voice of Intuition, just send Kit a tell. I'll get you. You can put Fading in my group if you can make room. I'm sorry, and what are we waiting on now?
Just someone to say we're ready.
I think we're good to go.
Yeah, let's start opening doors again. Please call them out as you do.
Yep, opening the door.
Sitting while these doors open.
Yeah, make sure you're standing. Anytime Train says he's opening the door, make sure you're standing.
Opening the door. Opening a door. Opening a door. Opening a door. Opening a door. Oh, I can't do that one. It's locked. Never mind. Opening a door. Opening a door. It does make me adorable, Airy. Yes. Opening a door. Opening a door. Opening a door. Opening a door. There's only one door left to test. Ari, come grab this.
I'm here.
Yeah, he's coming. Opening a door. Okay, that seems to be everything that I can get to that is unlocked.
It is possible the doors are active, but there is just a chance that the door did not spawn. Does that make sense?
Maybe. Am I not able to FD? Do we know? Because I've been FDing because it one-shotted me last time.
I don't know.
All right, I'll try
If
not to.
you-
Whoop,
Yeah,
okay.
if you drop from aggro, we'll probably reset it.
Is it specific doors or any doors in the area?
It's a random door in the area, but I can't. These doors are locked, but I'm gonna try not FD. Opening a door. I'm gonna go semi-quick with this. Just be ready. Opening a door.
Can it include the locked doors? Will we have to unlock them?
Unsure. How do you unlock?
I would assume a rogue.
Oh, we can try that, but opening a door.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the locked doors were actually locked or if they're trying to like take you to a certain place.
Yeah, opening a door. Are you able to pick that peep?
I'm gonna try right now.
Okay. That's a mob on me. Ari, pull that. Just south. Because if you can get that pick, there's a bunch of doors I can open, but... Alright, opening a door. Opening a door.
Yeah, I assumed it was taking you towards the entrance of the zone and then up to the up a floor, right?
There's mobs coming for you, Ari. North. They're in a mez group. If you want to mez some, or you can pull it. Oh, it's up to you.
Got one coming, and I'll bring the rest here shortly.
Says it is locked and will not open.
Okay. Oh, there is a door downstairs I can get to, too. It could be that door. I'll test that after this. But yeah, it's definitely like one specific door is active at a time.
Thank you guys again for being so patient with us. We'll get this.
And you got the two doors in our starting area here?
Yes, that was the first thing I tested. But like I said, there's one door downstairs, so I'm gonna go test that. Running there now. Actually, it's upstairs. I'm gonna need a tag area real quick. South. There's actually a lot of doors up here. Alright. Opening a door. Yep, spawned on me. Now, Ari, do not open up any doors to go back.
Right, should I? You want me to tag him?
Heal your tanks.
I don't think you need to tag him. I just think you cannot open up a door. Just let them do what they gotta do.
Okay. I'm stuck out here then.
Yep.
Heal your tanks.
And if he depops, then I was wrong with that, but we're learning. Did it just depop?
Yep.
Okay, then I guess you do have to keep him in combat. Then I guess you'll have to follow me around.
We'll have to reopen these doors again.
Yeah.
Xavier needs a res.
Should I hold doors while you do that, or?
No, go ahead and let's trigger it again.
Okay.
Would it be
cool.
helpful for you guys to be in a mage group to call you?
No, because we don't have to come back. We just have. He's perma-rooted, I think.
You just have to stay on his aggro, and you have to follow his emotes so that his emotes don't kill you.
Yeah. All right. Opening a door.
It says he is either rooted or he can move, so he's got two spawns.
Okay. All right. Opening a door. Pop. Now someone tag him just so he's in combat.
Blind.
Heal your tanks.
He's on me. Well, he's not on me, but he's rooted.
Yeah.
Only 4 spawned that time. Did we kill 2 before they depopped?
There are different numbers per spawn.
Okay. I was just wondering if flopping on him is a way to cut down the numbers.
Now, likely because we lost aggro on it last time, it reset the entire event, so that was the first phase of it.
Yeah. Opening a door. Opening a door. Opening. Pop. Aggro it just west area.
Heal your tanks, please. Tyrion's down. The good news is we're getting slightly better than this each time, or at this each time.
Okay. Opening the door.
You may just make sure we're okay before you start the next spawn, because that does blow a lot of mana on us.
Okay, just let me know.
Yeah, give us about a minute.
So, folks, what we've learned here is that we definitely need to just go blast heals when we start that. Make sure we're kind of watching everybody and just be ready to go blast. We kind of see how that's going to work now.
You guys let me know. Over.
I think we're good now.
Okay.
Make sure you're standing.
Opening the door.
Be ready for blast heals on our tanks, please. Blast heals on our tanks.
Opening the door. Opening the door. Pop. Just west and then north a little bit, Ari.
Coming.
Heal those tanks.
He's on my list.
Okay. You may actually have to run with me, because if you open that door, you could bug it also in the future.
And after the 4th time, doesn't he like move to a room and we have to kill him?
Yes. Keep those tanks up, folks. We're doing much better each time. Do need a couple of reses.
This is the 3rd time. So we'll just have to survive that one more time, and then he'll be up on the 3rd floor for us.
You need a minute or so?
Just a brief minute, yeah.
Yeah. So let me know.
Is it possible you can throw Xavius with Bytor Group 6 and give me fading?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't know if you were planning on keeping fading in here.
Yeah, I'll help out just because I think Xavius is going to need it. It'll help with the buffs. Just as preliminary, I can do refreshes when people die.
Who did you want moved?
Put Xavius in Group 6 and then give me fading. Train, I think we're ready if everybody wants to stand and be ready.
Okay, I'm gonna be backtracking to you guys, so.
Yeah, Ares should be with you probably.
Well, this one won't matter because it's the door that he's gonna have to go through, and then I'll be with him. All right, opening the door. Gonna check two.
Be ready for spawns, folks.
Opening the door. Opening the door. Okay, now we go this way, area to the west. I would feign or stay a little bit away though. Opening a door. Opening the door. Opening a 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 door. Alright, come up this way. Harry.
Don't let your guard down, folks.
Opening a door. Opening a door.
Stand at the ready.
We go upstairs now, to the south. I believe this one triggered it, so gotta go up here. Opening a door. That blob just trolled me, but opening a door. Opening a door. Come north and then just wait there, Harry.
I see. I'm ready.
Okay, opening a door.
This one down here was open when we came in. When we open it.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, opening.
You may as well just bring that all to the raid, yeah.
I'm bringing the 2 to the raid.
I'd like to move us in a larger room train if we could. Just let me know when that's a good idea to do that.
Yeah, I can put you in a really big room.
Got some ads in the raid.
So you're good to move west and then south?
Okay, I'd like us to move, please, west and then south. Just keep in mind, I have a feeling these doors can still spawn when we move through them, so just be careful when we go through doors.
Then we'll go up this.
We're moving as a raid. We're moving as a raid.
And then to the west up here is a gigantic room.
All right, let's move in. Pick up the trash, please.
Gotta actually test a bunch of doors on this floor.
Let's all move in, but let's keep the raid relatively tight, please. Couple of ads coming from the north.
Ooh, where did all that come from?
Lots coming from downstairs. Lots, lots, lots. I think this is part of the event. Heals to those tanks. Nice work, everyone.
I'm gonna start going north, Harry. Opening a door. Bring this for in.
I got it. I'm with you, Trin.
Apparently I can't aggro these ones. Okay.
If they're on the boards like that, sometimes they don't spawn.
Okay. The doors. Opening a door.
I got one mass coming to the raid. I'm coming with you, Trin.
Okay. Opening a door. Opening a door. Opening a door. Opening a door. Pop.
Heals your tanks.
Now get aggro on this.
I'm dead. Call me if someone can.
Someone heal Arion so you get aggro of this boss as well. He had a run out of rain.
I'm here at the raid. Someone wants to heal me for aggro.
Got a lot of corpses down.
I got one ad coming. It's a robot.
Song has aggro. I would come back. Oh, you can actually. Don't come back.
Do your best.
Alright, whoever has aggro on the boss, watch out for emotes.
Yep, beeping as aggro right now.
I do. He's thrown his mallet at me 8 times now.
Yeah, just say ducked the whole time. You'll avoid them all.
Keep it up, everyone. We're almost done with this stupid event. I think once we learn the zone, we'll be able to do this much more efficiently. So thank you for your patience.
It's leg day, beep.
I'm like, what the hell, man? Why does he hate me so much?
2 more just spawned?
Yeah.
Where is the boss at?
He respawned in a separate room.
He stopped throwing things at me.
Guy
Train,
in
do
the
you see
back
him?
killing.
Yeah, he's
Back
up.
raid.
Tag him, probably?
He's like not near me at all.
He should be on the 3rd floor, and it should be like a fight that we clear to and then engage him at.
Yeah,
So
But the door issue should be no longer a problem.
correct. But I'm not opening doors till you guys have no mobs left. Just in case.
Yep. She should have one, I think. Yep. Yeah, we had a lot of deaths. Let's get a bunch of buffs back out.
I think I made up for my previous 2 deaths by getting all 45 emotes.
Glad you performed that well.
Train, I'm going to do things a little bit differently if we could.
Okay.
Are you with the raid train?
Yes.
Come north to me. Is this area clear yet?
There's one mob in this room.
Pull it to the raid.
I don't think he's actually active. So yes, it is clear right here.
Okay, I'm going to move the raid. We're going to crawl. I'm going to crawl north.
I'm unsure what activates him, but the other one activated as I went by it, so maybe one mob.
Do not click on anything in the middle of this next room. Please move north to Kit, please, and then hang a left. Come through the door.
Hang a Louis, you mean?
Kill these Minotaurs. Please move north into the room. Could you pull from the north hallway, please? And into the maze?
There's nothing to the maze. No?
Pull everything in the maze if you could.
I don't see anything. I see Kron the Longhorn.
Yep. Zinthal, you want to do him next?
Yeah, it doesn't matter which we do them in.
Okay.
As long as we do battle room while you're.
Sorry, you broke up there. As long as we do battle room, what?
As long as we do the battle room while you're around.
Oh gosh.
I don't see any mobs from you guys to me.
Kron, Zinthal, I'll let you set up for Kron. Just explain the fight.
Sure thing. All right, so he will start asleep, and he does not go active until we take him down to 95%. There are 3 things that happen throughout the event. The first thing that happens during the event is slavers will come in and charm players. If we see slavers, we are just going to kill the slavers as soon as we see them. If somebody does get charmed, it is possible to dispel the charm off of them.
Using what spell?
Any kind of dispel. But if we kill them fast enough, we shouldn't have to worry about that. So that's the first thing, is the slavers. The second thing that's going to happen is Kron will emote that these henchotars are going to charge. We're going to take all of the knights and any of the tanky melees, and we need to physically get in the way of these henchochars to prevent them from getting to the boss. If you do it correctly and they run into you, it will stun you and you'll take some damage. If we fail to block all of them and one of them reaches the boss, it's going to silence the entire raid for an entire minute, which will probably get us wiped. So when we see Kron emote that the henchochars are going to charge, all of the melee are going to run in the direction that they are coming from and block them with our bodies.
Before you move on to the third thing, Zinthal, I'd like the melees and the tanks to pretend I'm a henchotar. Zing, could I get you to be a henchotar as well up here if you're with me, and Airy? Form a line in front of the raid, please, if you are a melee or a tank. And I'm just going to pretend that I'm a henchotar coming in, and you're going to stand in front of me. Yes, this is exactly what you want to do. So I just wanted to practice that so we make sure that we're standing in front of the people that are coming in, the henchotars.
Do you need to aggro them as well?
You should just have to run directly into their face.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to test that.
Is this still
Can
working?
you aggro them, though?
Yeah, Dot, we hear you. All right, continue, Zinthal.
Unsure if you can aggro them or not, but just getting in their way physically should stop them. The third thing will be like a weapon swapping thing, sort of like during Demiplane, where the boss would switch weapons. The twist on it here is that if he goes to like the far west weapon thing and he equips swords, the tank needs to have a one-hand blunt and a one-hand slash out. Or like I just posted in OOC, you'll have to follow the tank will have to follow the directions depending on what he is wearing. If we do not follow the directions, he will start flurrying like almost every round. If you pull aggro off the tank and you're not using those things, it'll start flurrying as well. So be careful with aggro at that time.
Please stand by. Okay, we are going to move. Stand by, please. We are moving, folks. We are going to move north, please. We're going to move through the maze. Make sure you're following Kit. We're going to go in this room and left. $10 points, Harry. The Henchitars are located to the west, just FYI. The weapons racks that Zenthal was mentioning are along this wall here, so you can see all the weapons racks, which is where we are. We can kind of have an idea of what he's going to grab. And it looks like they have physical displays of what you probably need to equip.
I'll do my best to call out the weapons.
I wouldn't mind if you spammed that too each time he does it. So as Zenthal mentioned, kill the slavers to make sure the charms drop. Body block the Henchitars that'll come in from the west. And the tank will need to equip the right weapons. Is there a tank that feels up to this challenge? As a reminder, paladins, if you could res during fights, please. If you are a shaman or a druid, call as quickly as you can if you get those, if you need to. Zenthal, I'll let you know when you have a tank ready, and then we'll be good to go. Check your buffs, refresh and need it.
Tanks, if you don't have the appropriate weapon to tank him, just call like next, and we'll move on to somebody with them.
Is there anyone that is not ready? Actually, I could use a moment. Again, sorry we've been moving a little slowly tonight. We'll try to pick up the pace a little bit. It is a learning experience the first time we're here. I also apologize. I am working tonight, so I will have to pop out and then pop back in. Okay, Malawin's going to be our main tank. All right, let's send Malawin in. DPS will go in.
We'll get second kit.
Yeah.
Fixing some bandoliers.
Looks like Malawin had started DPS. We can get debuffs on.
He's asleep till 95%.
You should be able to start building on him, Maladwin.
Right.
No DPS yet.
But get those debuffs on. Let us know when we can start DPS.
Should be fine.
All right, let's do it.
Attack! You go first!
He'll go active at 95%. Be ready to heal Mladwin.
Banner is down.
Looks like you weren't able to build on it.
Yeah, he went on somebody else right now. So while he's asleep, he doesn't have to know what's it.
If he switches weapons, DPS will watch your aggro.
Aid.
Get the slavers, please. Kill slavers. All DPS switch. Tanks pick them up. There's another slaver. Pick it up. Slavers are coming in. Pick them up. DPS switch on the slavers, please. Calling the landman.
A lot of ads still coming.
Yeah, we need to get those ads, please. Get all the ads.
What happens when the slavers escape like they're doing?
It'll pull someone outside and mez them.
Got some steamworks on that light.
Vlad went down. Let's get Tyrion on it.
Get those ads down. Everybody focus on ads, please. Need tanks on some of these. Get down.
Tyrion's down.
Do your best.
If you can call folks, call them.
I believe someone was henchman coming, or the trigger run off.
A lot of those weren't a part of the event.
Yeah, someone is bugged between floors, and I think that pulled stuff from below. Is what that was.
I just got summoned by a master slaver.
No worries, folks. Again, we're learning. Pack your patience.
Yeah, that was definitely just like a random glitch where someone got kicked out of the room and it pulled everything else. We'll wait for it to reset. Is anyone up with Feign Death?
Fading is actually still in the room, strangely.
Are we going to be able to banner back if I jump to lobby and res because I have another corpse that we left at the beginning?
We'll test in just a moment. I think Meryl just bannered in and it did not allow her to port in.
I believe these slavers and mobs should path out of here eventually. So let's just give it a minute.
Okay, so my mez and I just followed some slaver. I have no clue where I am.
That might have been part of the problem. People were charmed. Just sit tight, everybody. Thank you for your patience. Again, this is all a learning expedition tonight. Do not take the banner just yet. Banner is not safe.
Looks like they're walking away now. You still fading in there?
You just died.
As I said that, I saw them. They were pathing out of there at that time, though.
There's still some mobs in the room.
Oh, you're in there right now? Cool.
I mean, I'm dead, but I'm watching them walk over me. I believe the last one just exited the room, but they're all heading back downstairs now.
I know it's frustrating, folks, but it's a new fight. It's a new event. We'll have this down in no time. Just ask that you just give us a little bit of time.
Kazuma and Skye, make sure you're feigned.
Does it look good?
The boss room is good. Running through the halls is probably not good. From what I can tell.
Let's let someone give us a confirmation first before everybody zones in, please.
I'll zone in on Zen right now.
I'm about to go back to my bind, so I'll lose all my vision now.
Kron just reset to 100.
Thank you.
He's sleeping as well.
Alright, event is reset.
Zinthal, I'll be in momentarily, but if we could get everybody moved to that corner.
Are the people who were charmed, are you still charmed?
I was charmed, but I'm now dead.
If you were charmed and died somewhere besides where we're at right now, I would just banner back in and we can get you later as we're going through. Or train might be able to get you later, but
If you'd like to banner back in, I believe it should be safe now. We'll wait for Zinthal's approval.
it is safe to banner back, yes.
Okay, if you want to banner back in, we will get everyone rezzed. We'll do full rezzes, full rebuffs. If we could, let's pull all corpses to one side, one corner. It may also be one of those things where maybe we don't the next time do this event first, since it looks like we may aggro things through the floor, but we'll learn. If you are a resin class, please assist in the reses.
You said the banner was clear, right?
Banner is clear.
Door is in the raid.
Thank you. Reses are starting. Be patient, folks.
And Zingoro will probably need to call the hero whenever we get mages.
Looks like he's in Flying Foxy's group. If Dr. Foxy could call him when you have mana.
Your corpse is really far away, Kit. I don't know if you want to...
I'm not too concerned about it.
Okay.
Looks like you might have another corpse to go grab, Train.
Yeah, he
Looks like
load that one.
Looks like the slavers are still active.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they're
they were
still
standing over me.
still up.
Tried to get to you, but apparently there's a room with C and Viz.
I know it's a little frustrating, everybody. We'll get these fights. Don't worry.
It's gonna be a challenge to get to you, then.
Yeah, I figured it would be a challenge because it was going to be a challenge to get back to you guys. It walked me all the way away.
Do you want to just banner in and see if we can summon your corpse or res it after?
Yeah, sure.
I'm already on the way. I got his corpse. Zingoro in the raid.
Quick AFK for phone call.
Alright, looks like we're almost all back up. Let's get rebuffs out.
So do you want me to pull the immediate area before we start again, Zone?
Yeah, let's clear some. Let's get back to full mana, full endurance before we start pulling. But let's definitely clear some of the trash around here.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, I'm gonna have to pop out for just a moment, but I will be back. I will have to log fading, unfortunately. But I promise you I will be back to assist. Please, 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 please do me a favor. Be patient. Try to enjoy this. I know it's frustrating. And make sure you follow the officer's instructions. I shall be back in about 15 to 20.
I think he meant it's challenging and fun. Do I have a group with multiple healers in it by chance? Yes. Alright, we'll give it about probably 2 minutes. So if you need to take a quick break, we'll start killing trash in about 2 minutes.
I just got booted to server screen. I'll be back.
Okay, sounds good. Train, you still here?
Yeah, are you still here?
I think so.
Alright.
While we have a minute, you said at one point that the ad thing spawned and we're charging towards him, the Henchatars?
I saw, I think it was either an emote or something made me say that, yeah.
Oh yeah, I see them tucked in the corner here. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think your trigger popped up, that's why I said that.
About another 30 seconds and we'll start killing some trash.
Okay.
Did you hit out of combat yet?
I've not had a chance to sit down yet. I'm still buffing. And at 50 mana.
Yeah, no worries. Just let me know when you're ready. How much trash do we have, Train?
I mean, depends how crazy you want to go. Like, Zing got pulled over to the east. There's about 10 mobs that way. Dora died around that area too. So, I mean, I could clear just that. I think we killed a lot of stuff below us, but I'm not going downstairs for it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, let's just get the east stuff.
Let me know when.
Okay, we're good.
Okay. You want to come also, Ari, just to tag stuff?
I'm with.
Okay. I'll just pull it out to the stream and then you can bring it in.
Sounds good. I've got them tagged. I'll bring them in.
Yep.
Three coming to the raid.
Just, yeah, come north one room. There's 3 in grab. Be aggros. We get 2. That's fine.
I don't know where these masses came from, but it looks like there's at least one. Here they come.
I only see 1 on you, but I see 3 on Andrew.
Yeah, they dropped for some reason. It's here.
Pick him up. Is it just the 1?
It'll be the 3 once I get the train. Where's that 3rd one at?
Just in that room.
All right, I'll scoop it up. All right, 3 incoming.
Honestly, that's probably fine, Zone. There's like 4 mobs left to the east, but like
Yeah, that should be fine.
if they come, whatever.
Where are the slavers that walked off?
They're gone now.
They reset. Okay.
They reset when he fell back to sleep.
All right. We'll give this another shot then. Most important thing is when those slavers spawn, we need to get those killed right away. Is anybody not ready? All right, let's go ahead and get Kron debuffed. All right, let's do it. Let's get a few more debuffs on there if we can. Just a reminder that when he hits 95%, he will go active. His aggro seemed to have reset then, so try not to pull aggro. Let's do it. Meladwin, when you're ready. Go. As soon as we see slavers, we need to turn and fight them. Careful with your aggro. Let Meldrath get aggro.
Is he movable at this point, or is he still perma-rooted?
We can find out.
Looks like he's perma-rooted.
Slavers are up. Get on the slavers right away.
We need tanks behind Meladwin. Like, ready to pick up this stuff. It whomped him a few times. You could also maybe position yourself at the bed, Meladwin, instead of to the left.
Yep, let me get knights on that side, on the west side of him.
They do still spawn to the east also, so, but just a couple. Be ready.
Critical we get the slavers dead, otherwise they'll take the player out of the room.
Slaver. It's on Slade.
I am charmed.
All the DPS should be on the slaver, right on the east side of the room.
Can they not be rooted?
They are immune to root or snare.
They walk slow though.
Meladwin's down, Tyrion's up.
Tyrion's got Furious
Another set
rolling
of
for
slavers.
10 seconds.
Follow your main assist, get those slavers dead.
Tyrion slaves.
Volkert is up. We're on Volkert.
Leave it on Volk for now.
Are slaves time-based, or...?
No, they have to die, or you're still locked to them.
No, I mean them spawning.
I don't know.
Henches are coming.
Yep. Here they come.
Volk flat.
On the mark. Alright, we'll leave it on Tyrion. Once they hit you the one time, it looks like they stop knocking people up.
I'm silenced.
Phrasing?
We got Maladwin rebuff.
Mhm.
Going for a weapon. Looks like dual wielding. Is that correct?
Looks like it. And he reset aggro, maybe?
He's gonna reset every time he does that.
Yep. Tyrion still
Careful
tank.
with aggro.
Tyrion just breakdance.
Essentially.
And if you die and a rose doesn't come pretty quick, you can banner back when you respawn. Banner's right here.
Slavers are up. Tyrion's down. Maladwin's up.
One of the slavers popped. Depopped.
He warped across the zone to the east. That's gotta let him go. I believe that was Dramage that got eaten. So when he pops you out, just stay there.
Oh.
Dramage will get you.
Amarth is up.
Kazuma's down.
Leave it on. Do we have a weapon shield? Volker will be up.
I got him for now. Probably about 13 seconds left. Oh, Volks took it.
You need to do
Taking
a
armor
wheel.
devotion.
Volker, this is 2 slashers. If he's tanked with anything but 2 slashers at this point, he will rip through the raid.
Got 2 slashers on.
No, I know, but if other people didn't, he was doing more damage.
Henchmen. They will be coming. Walker down.
Who do we have for tank?
And Martha and Maladwin are both up, so.
See it on Tyrion.
Tyrion's down.
Maladwin's next.
Did we do wards or anything yet?
Throw all wards down now.
Throw whatever you got at it now.
Yeah, I fired Maladwin.
You gotta
Roll
watch.
one on Airy. I've got it.
You gotta have slashers on though.
Alright, I'm gonna feign it. Get ready.
Slavers are up.
Honestly, I would burn main mob. But
I'm not able to see anything. I'm charmed. It's your call, Train.
Yeah, we're at 9%. %. 7. Big damage main mob, whatever you got. 5. 4. More slavers, but it's fine. Keep burning. 1. Dead.
Nicely done.
Prism up.
Well done, everyone. Make sure everyone's rezzed.
I'm gonna grab you, Dram.
Good job, guys.
We're just waiting on a couple more reses and we'll see what we got.
Damage in the read.
Really, seriously, guys, that was good job there. Thank you for hanging together.
Alright, looks like we're all up. Let's pop that chest. Zing, are you available to do loot?
Yeah, for sure.
I will move loot over to you.
Oh, it's a weapon night.
Oh, it's such a bad one-hander.
Train, would you like to reiterate, or Zenthal like to reiterate our gyro core policy?
If your class is listed on the gyro core, it's normal. If your class is not listed on the gyro core, it's 10 extra DKP from whatever you win the bid at.
So everyone can bid on those, but we're going to give you a surcharge of 10 extra DKP for if you don't have that class. Congrats, Zenthal.
Why, thank you. That is quite the upgrade. again, what is that one? That is the arm slot. If it is not your class that can use it, you can still bid on it, but it'll be an additional 10 DKP from the cost that you pay for it.
Sorry, take Jimmy's bid. I wasn't here for that fight. Scrap me from that.
See Jimmy first to 35. In just a moment, when all the loot is done, make sure everybody has rebuffs right now, please. Rebuff, get your mana. We're going to be moving. Congrats, Tyrion.
Thank you.
Just a reminder, these are 77 and 78 spells. Congrats, Clara.
Thank you.
Is loot done?
Loot is done.
Okay, let's get Damien back in the ray. Let's begin to move, please. We're moving back to the place we came in. Please do not pass. Please do not click anything in the center of this room. Move to kit and hold here.
The next room west is not clear yet.
Okay, we're going to hold here while train pulls a few. Tanks up front. Watch those tanks.
Should be less than it actually looks like. Can move into the big room into the southeast corner. Right.
Move into the room, please.
Are we going to the boss on this floor or the other floor?
Clear past the elevator if you could, please. Go ahead and start pulling out of Brenda's room, but we may go up to do breakneck first.
Okay. With the
I see what you're saying too, Train.
yeah. It's like a troll thing, or I can't like walk into the room.
It's because the elevator is not up. You have to click the door. Did you get a yellow message?
I'm not at the elevator room. I'm at the room going towards this one right here.
This is an elevator room.
That is the elevator room.
Oh, okay. No.
It's. Did you get the message, Ari?
Nope.
It's possible the elevators do not function now. All right, gonna try something a little bit different here. 1 second. I'm gonna try something a little rough. Everyone move back to the east 2 hallways until you get to Kit, please. Stay in this room. Toward the center, do not click on anything. Towards the center, please. Hug Kit. Make sure you have deodorant on. Center of the room.
Still need Centero.
Everyone needs to be with us. Check your group. Make sure everybody's with us. Let me know. When I call for it, do not click anything. Is anyone not with us at the moment?
Just you know.
Okay, this could get rough. Be ready to pick up mobs. They may warp. Okay, the elevators are all completely shut down. That may be difficult to do Brenda tonight. That's okay, though? We're going to have to go the manual way. Stand by, please. The good news is the elevators no longer work. The bad news is the elevators no longer work.
Seems like an even trade-off.
I'm gonna check the pad off to the north. Just stand by, please. Train, could you lead everybody to the long pathway that goes all the way around?
Yep. Move west through that room and then north.
Elevator just started moving.
Did it?
Yeah, a bunch of us are still on it.
Jeez.
I guess if you're stuck in the elevator, wait there. Because this one's not moving.
Elevator going down.
No.
Okay. When it comes down, move west.
It
Oh my
automatically went back up.
I went to the floor.
How many times was the elevator clicked, by the way?
If you see Kit to the west, come to Kit, please. So are the elevators working again now?
Yes, they are. Flashes on them.
It's possible that I triggered them to work again. Aragorn needs heals. He's got aggro.
Everyone get back on the elevator. This is not the right floor.
Got mobs in the raid.
Guys, we gotta pull these mobs back in the room and get on the elevator.
The door's locked because the elevator went up.
It's just 2 mobs. Just get back here. If you're with
For now, let's actually hold.
Elevator's moving again.
All right, don't be clicking any doors right now. It's just sending the elevator up and down.
All right,
Get
you're
out.
on the elevator. You're on the right floor now.
Out. West from the elevator room. Okay, that is everyone.
No, west from the
There's a few-
elevator room. A mob.
West.
Bunch of mobs.
There's a few who is on the floor above us still. They got
People
on the
ran
bottom.
out.
upper floor, you're with Tyrion. Do not continue down that hall. We have to get back on the elevator and go down.
Who's up there for calls?
Yeah, how many are up there? We'll just get you Koth back down here.
There's about 15.
Okay, nobody click any doors. Tyrion, if you're good leading them back down, let's do that.
Back
Train.
into the elevator with me and Raleigh. Follow the yellow paladin. Did we get Sloan's corpse?
It's with the raid.
Yep, we got him.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Like, King.
Everyone's on the elevator. Let's get it down, please.
If you're with Kit right now, you're at the right place.
All right, the elevator says it's completely shut down at the moment.
I just clicked the door to make it come back down, I believe. I'm on the floor you should be on if you're on the elevator. If you see me, that's good.
Should be moving again.
All right, it's moving. Everyone,
We're going
everyone
down.
off the elevator. We can't open the door. Okay.
No, you're good.
There
Get
we
out
go.
of that room now. Into train. Okay, everyone's out.
Okay. Everyone should be west with Kit, please. West with Kit. Down a long hallway here. Just hold here for a second. Let's make sure everybody's with us. We didn't want to leave anybody behind. Let's put Damien in a group if possible. Anyone not with us at the moment? Follow the long hallway. Follow the long hallway, please. This is a very teeny tiny elevator that's about to happen here, I think. Do not click it yet, please. Do not click it. We're gonna get a couple of people on here. Let's get a few people on. Pack in, pack in, pack in. Some of you are going to have to wait. We're going up. Please sit tight. When more folks can come up the elevator, please do so. Train, are you up here yet?
Yes.
Can you check that room for us, please?
It's one mob.
Let's keep having people come up the elevator, please. Until everyone is with us.
Will there be bonus DKP for the door and elevator bosses?
It'll be minus DKP if you screw it up. You can move up to Kit, please. Move in. Can you pull from the door straight in front of me, Kit? Yep. Or Train. Yep.
Yeah, there's no mobs anywhere over here.
Move west, please, to Kit. Keep moving west. All the way up until you see Kit, please. Well, I'm unsure how we're able to make it through here.
Was there anything on the first floor to do? Where we zoned in?
The thing is, I wanted to make sure we got breakneck because we've already got him to that 5th stage, that 5th spawn point.
Yeah, I just don't know if there's like a linear thing you have to do or
Should have been on the floor above him before we started that last event.
Well, can we go back to that weird elevator and get mages up there to call whoever doesn't make it up?
Just stand by for me, please. Okay, Train, could you lead everybody back to that more southern elevator on that floor? That long corridor?
so go back down another hallway or another floor? The little elevator we went down or up?
The separate elevator, not the one we went down.
Are you talking about the one that you are currently at, Kit?
Correct.
Okay, if you see Zenthul, you just need to head south.
And again, folks, I apologize. There's a lot of running around. We have to learn this. Just bear with us, please.
Train is facing the direction you have to run, so if you see me, run the way I'm facing.
Once you come down, just pop off the elevator so more folks can come down.
I can't get there. It's telling me that Zen is through a locked door.
You need to come this way, Melite. Keep coming.
Aggro.
Yep, it's fine. You able to pull that down, Zen?
It's summoning now. It's got a pet on it.
Yes. We could probably do it if we need to. Oh, never mind. You're on the elevator. You're good.
It's
here
down
at
here.
the raid. It's at the raid. Get the mob. If you are with Kit, do not click anything, but come in the room with Kit, please. You're going to hold here. Everyone in this room, please. It's an elevator. Move in, please, quickly. Anyone not with us, speak up now.
Myself and I think a necro. There we go.
All right, I'm going to see if this works. Everyone stay put, please. Zenthal and only Zenthal. Can you try clicking the center piece there?
Clicking now. No response.
All right, stand by. Click it now.
Still no response. The door was up though when I was clicking it.
This was the door I was clicking to make the elevator go, by the way.
Let's let the doors go back down.
Yeah, it may actually be a weight limit. Let me have about half the raid come out to Kit. Not all of you, just a few of you. We're just going to hold here. Zenthal, try the center again.
Still no response. Let's wait for the doors to go down now. Still no response.
Stand by. I'm going to trigger it, hopefully. Try now.
No response.
Again, thank you all for being patient. I apologize. This is a little bit of a mess, but we'll get it. Stand by, please. Let me get almost everyone off of the elevator, please. Everyone exit to the north. Let me get just my group in here, please. Just Zenthal, Kit, Tyrion, and Khaleesi, please. Everyone else out of the room? Let the door close. Do not click. Again, folks, I apologize. This is being a little bit of a pain in the ass. Train, could you pull from the southwest, please? Go through the room and then pull to the raid.
Okay.
Let me have everybody come through the elevator room to the south. Exit through the west door. Keep pulling from the south, please, Train.
Okay. And west, you said?
And west, yes. You can move up to Kit, please. You can move into this large room. Keep those tanks healed.
Is that as much as you need?
Potentially, yeah.
There's mobs. Should be everything.
Okay, stand by for me, please. Can you pull anything from down below, like from the entrance?
From the... Yeah, I gotta go back.
I mean, it should be a ramp right there. Synthel, I'm going to have to hand the raid over to you. I'm going to continue working on the elevator situation. See if I can find an option.
Alright, sounds good.
There's really not much left to pull down here.
Yeah, again, folks, I apologize. I'm unsure what the situation is. I know we are working on it. Just be patient, please.
Pets and mounts have tendencies to trigger elevators when they're, and we were all moving out at the same time. Perhaps something like a pet or something like that was used that triggered it.
Try triggering it with an eyeball.
Elevator is moving now. Unsure why.
Yeah, I was unsure. I was not able to figure out why. All we need to do is get the northwestmost elevator to move up into position, and then we can move into Brenda. Can you call the raid from where you are, Seep?
I just fell through the wall, so I was hugging the door.
Can we have someone call you, and then you get back up there to call?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get you with a
What
mage.
what just made the elevator move again?
I haven't been able to confirm what it is that's making the elevator move.
If it's like the ones outside, they just kind of randomly go up and down on their own when you're on them.
Because I'm looking at breakneck right now.
I put aggro on there. I guarded him. I got off the elevator. I de-guarded him. And that's right when y'all said the elevator worked, but somebody else put an eye there too.
Yeah, I had my eye there.
What we need to do is we need to get a mage up to breakneck, if we could, please. And then we need to have that mage call the raid. And again, I apologize. We'll do our best to try to get at least this fight done and potentially Brenda.
I think I'm on the ground floor where we went for the water wall checkpoint.
Yep. You may need to be called and then come back up.
Yeah, Flying Foxy, if you could call Seep, please.
Elevator's moving. Even with it being active. And I didn't do anything.
Thank you.
Get on here. See.
Train, if you could take Seep up there, and then Seep call Flying Foxy, and then let's get Flying Foxy and Seep to call the whole raid. I do have additional pearls. Again, thank you all for being patient. Let's try and do this.
I mean, I'm unsure what actually makes it go up, though.
I haven't been able to figure it out either. It was very frustrating.
Now I'm getting this device doesn't respond to your touch instead of the other one. Okay, clicking the door made a different emote. So there it goes. Oh, yep, we're going up.
Okay, everybody stay put, please.
You're ready to get out. But he is like right in that room. Careful. Out.
I'm in place.
Wait, is this not the right floor? I don't see him. Yeah, he's no longer up. So I don't know if aggroing him made him despawn.
It's possible it reset that event back to the start.
Yeah, he's gone for sure. But stay up your seat.
Yeah, you want me to camp out so nothing aggro's on me?
There's
when
nothing.
you're
There's nothing.
respawning that?
There's nothing that can aggro.
Oh, I mean, are we going to respawn the event?
I don't think we're gonna do that one if it despawned because we have to go through those 5 again.
Okay.
I think we were just doing this because it was up.
And to get to the other event, we need that elevator, the other elevator, to go down.
Right.
Is the other on the first floor? Because I got down there.
Nope, it's up on the 3rd floor right now.
Ah, I see.
But
Like
you
the-
can go this way. Come with me, seat. Okay, this elevator is coming to us, so hold on. So we have to take 3rd floor down to 2nd floor is what we have to do, right?
You have to take that northwestern elevator down to the 2nd floor.
Yeah. Okay. So get on this seat.
I'm here.
Okay, it should be going down so that door closes.
We have the raid move north.
Okay, so now we need to get out of this room to this door, but it's going to take a second. Actually, you can probably, I mean, Seep still go through, but you can probably hit the door just north of you, Zen, and it's going to probably open, and you'll be fine to walk through.
Yep, it's good right now.
So you guys got to run through. Do not go too
Do
far
not
into the
click
room.
anything.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of evil over
Yeah.
there.
Do not go in that room. You can go in a little hallway by Seep and Train. That elevator is going to be moving now, so beeping, Sloan, Katir will all probably need calls unless we get to come back down. Just wait to the south of it right now. The people I called out, just wait right there. Molland, wait there at that door. Does this event have to be triggered then, or?
This event, yeah, I was just making sure. This event does have to be triggered. So we can...
I think some people are above us. And they should be. I would... Okay, the elevator's back on this floor, so damage come out. People that are on the south side come through right now. Through.
Don't move up too much, but
Okay,
definitely get through the elevator.
if you do not see a big cluster of guildies, do like an X in raid chat or something, we'll have to call you down. And don't go in that room with the elevator. So let's get Clara called. offline, Foxy.
I hear the elevator moving.
Yeah, I'd rather just call people. There's only like 7 of them. And I'm sorry, Zen, did you say that it is
It is triggered, so
I
we
can
can
pull all this shit?
kill the trash in here. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna be pulling trash.
Be working on getting mages with people who still need to get here.
They may
Mages-
still get the elevator down as well, but they're
we'll plan for the worst.
yeah.
Seep's current group looks like they're all here. But Damien's not here. Let me get her.
Group is that? I see it. I'll send you back to Damien.
We're coming back down.
You can come just into this room then.
Damien's here.
Elevator doors open, so everyone should be here now.
Should be, yep. It looks like you have to go slowly through the elevator.
I don't know. I was getting messages that it was offline completely, and then it would randomly say that like you heard a whirring or something. I think it's just timed.
Yeah, I clicked it and it says it something about didn't go with my touch or something like that. But then I opened up the door and then it worked. So I don't know. If
Right.
there's like
So the touch message means that it's already activated and it's moving, and the doors are how you actually would send it up to like the next floor or whatever. What it looked like. I believe that's all the trash.
All right.
So these things kept spawning while we were killing the trash.
So the way this event will work is that we'll go through some dialogue with Brenda, and as we complete the dialogue, Brenda will go active. The goal is not to kill Brenda. The goal is to kill every time when she goes active, we'll have 10 mobs spawn with her. We will root Brenda off into a corner because she will have AoEs. The raid will be focused on killing trash. Can you call Kit?
Will it be these big steam looking things?
I believe so. They should be called Meg Enforcers.
Yeah, right now when you target them, they don't have anything on them.
So when they activate, they'll all have different names to them. They'll say like Meg Enforcer with Roman numerals after the name. In the first phase, we need to kill the one that ends with 1, 2, and 3 first. Their names will look something like this. And then when you kill the first one, it'll drop an item, the second one will drop an item, and the third one will drop an item, and that's going to be the password for the next. We're trying to like deactivate something, so it's the password to like deactivate something. Turning that in will start the next phase, so we'll want to kill as much trash as we can before then, but we have 5 minutes per phase. I'll type it out a little bit so it makes a little more sense. All of the enforcers should be mesable, so we'll mez what we can. So killing the ones that I just posted in raid chat will give us the correct password, which we'll say to to Meg themselves. Or the Meg is who we're talking to. That just is that big head there?
Yep.
Oh, that thing's creepy. Okay, so each of those phases will have a 5-minute timer to complete that phase. So we'll start by killing those first 3 things that I listed. You'll notice that in like the ones column, in the first phase it's 1, 2, 3. Then second phase is 4, 5, 6, and the third phase is 7, 8, 9. So we'll kill the first 3 mobs of that first phase. They'll each drop an item, and that'll tell us what the password is going to be. We'll keep killing all of the trash we can until we get to that 5-minute mark, and right before that 5-minute mark, we'll turn that in. At which point we'll get the second phase immediately. Kill 4, 5, and 6, get those 3 passwords, keep cleaning up the rest of them until we get around that 5-minute mark, and we'll turn it in. And get the third phase with 10 more ads. Same thing where we kill 7, 8, and 9, get the passwords, and as soon as we turn those in, the event will end. It'll make a lot more sense once we see it. Just make sure we're following main assist. Try and get what we can mezzed. Otherwise, we should be good to go. So if I could have all the paladins, we'll be in charge of pulling Brynda. As soon as the event starts, Brynda will go active. We're going to pull Brynda into the... We'll go to like the northwest corner and keep Brynda rooted there. Is anybody not ready? Do I have a healer in each group? I know we had a few people that had to duck out. Alright, looks like we're good. Deep, are you ready for a main assist?
Yeah, let's see.
Main
See how many
assist your
mobs
ass
come and
off.
how long it takes.
Xavius will be doing his best at mezzing. Tanks be ready to pick things up. Try not to be, if we're not specifically killing what you're tanking, try not to be doing too much damage to break mezzes and such. Alright, let's do it. Tanks be ready to pick them up.
Aren't we supposed to be killing 2 first?
Yeah, we
Not
should be on
X?
2.
I don't know what happened, but a lot of people died real fast.
I'm not sure what happened with the root on her. We can have a tank pull her away and root her away.
Did we already kill 1, 2, and 3? Right?
I
Yep.
believe so.
Yeah.
Brenda's here again though.
Can we get her rooted off to the side?
It's pretty much just going through the raid at this point.
Is anyone up still rezzing?
I think a lot of the healers are dead.
Yeah, I saw a lot of them die. That's alright. We didn't really know what to expect from this, so now kind of get an idea for it.
So you got to do that 4 different times though?
There's 3 different phases of it. They should all just be just like that. So the first 3 things that spawned were 1, 2, and 3, which we killed. If we do have the password to get to like the next phase. So like we would, I don't know how much is still alive or dead. I died pretty early on. But once we had things cleaned up, Mez or all dead, we could then turn it in to start the second phase right away.
It didn't look like kill order mattered so much as long as y'all paid attention to the loot and gave the right named loot pieces.
Right. You don't actually have to loot anything, I don't believe. I think you just say it to the thing. But we had plenty of time. How much is still alive at this time? Did we get through most of the trash, or was Brenda pretty much
All
going
of
through?
it, right?
Yeah, I only see the name.
3 or 4 people are still up, I think.
Yeah, so we have plenty of time to just kill everything. Unfortunately, I didn't move the banner before we started.
Seems like she's triggering some sort of like region-specific ability right now.
She has several AoEs. That's why we were rooting her off in the corner.
Well, apparently this was done before advanced looting, so I don't think it matters if you have to kill them in order. I think it's just getting the specific loot.
How do you know what the correct fragment is though?
So
you see
based
the
off
name.
I put their names in like raid chat earlier.
Oh, okay.
And it's like in that ones column, the one with like the 1, that's the first password. The one with 2 at the end of its name is the second password, and the one at 3 is the third password.
Yeah, so probably can kill everything and just assign it.
Yeah, like I said, you don't even need to assign anything. You just
Oh,
need to
you,
say it.
yeah. Yep. I would assign them after you clear it out, though. Like after you
I
do
would
it.
clear everything, get
Yeah.
the names of everything, and then leave them all on corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend less time trying to find 1, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 6 next.
Yeah, we'll just main assist that. I don't believe I. Oop. Just
The hell
spun
was that?
breakneck on me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to summon corpses.
Where did you put the banner?
The banner is still up in the room from the last name we fought.
Yeah,
Okay.
FYI, that guild banner's not in a safe place.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is in a safe place, but a door got clicked and it spawned breakneck because that got reset.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what probably killed me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got I'm wiped on the floor there.
Yeah, same. Okay, this is going to be where we're going to call it tonight. Unfortunately, we did not get quite as far as we wanted to go, but we definitely learned a lot. Let's have a quick res party in the guild lobby, get everyone back some XP. I believe we know what we need to do next time to get through a lot of these fights. We certainly figured out a lot more about this zone than when we first zoned in.
I'm gonna go back and mess with the elevators.
They will work every time for you now.
Yeah, right. Let's summon corpses east side of guild lobby. And again, thank you all for coming out tonight. I know we didn't get quite as far as we wanted to get, but I don't know. I like this zone. It's going to be a big challenge for us. Definitely a lot of great loot that'll come out of it.
Elevator doors triggering the boss boss guy.
Did it?
Will they? That's what I was asking.
I mean, it would have to be that specific door. I mean, there's a 1 out of like 40
Okay,
chance that would
gotcha.
happen.
I'd love to try it again, but I know we're going to be losing people, and I myself have to get going. So, still got a whole weekend of bonus XP. Let's see. Be good to see a bunch of more people level 80 for that.